Exactly. Yeah. And I'm going to leave as soon as I say what I can't. Bitch, get the hell. Hey, you keep this shit up, and I'm going to show your ass crazy for real. I love Karen. Have you been drinking? I just had one drink. Yeah, but you're in recovery. Do you want to have sex or not? No. Not tonight. No.
Yo, what's up, everybody, and thank you for tuning in to another Tyler Perry Sisters review. This is season 6, episode 8, trailer breakdown, and the title of this episode is True Colors. Karen gives Andy an ultimatum after a run-in with Fatima. Maurice makes a rash decision in an effort to help Sabrina, but it could backfire, landing them both in more trouble. If this is your first time coming to my channel, welcome. If you are a returning family member, you already know what it is. So be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, especially subscribe. If not, just sit back, relax, and we're going to get right into this messy thing. Now, you know what? Let me say, honestly, Sabrina might be the person to surprise us all. Let's not forget that Sabrina is very protective of her friends.
I got your bitch right here, Lone. That's okay, Danny. I got it. Don't you touch my friend. Give me a second. Listen. You? Man, get this hoe.
Now, this entire situation is ghetto as hell. Ghetto as hell. But being that we're here, we got to talk about it. Now, this is a safe place for people to express themselves. However, there is absolutely nothing anyone can type that will cause me to agree or see your perspective to justify Fatima walking her happy ass into Karen's place. I don't care what you type, it don't make sense. That would never make sense. Now, many of you love to point out the number of times that Karen has showed up to Zach's house uninvited. And I'm in full agreement with you. She did, and she has. However, since when did popping up at someone's house equate to someone entering into another person's domain that they had no authority or permission to? There is no making those two things equate to be the same thing, because there isn't. The only time that Karen has ever been inside Zach's house, she was invited. She was invited. Another point people love to make out is when Karen showed up and she walked towards their door and Zach stopped her. And even with that scenario, she didn't yell. She didn't try to force her way into their house or his house, because it's his house. When he stopped her, she didn't make any effort to enter in. Fatima walked in. Fatima knew what she was doing. This was premeditated, and that was her entire intention for going over there, was to walk into Karen's house. Fatima says that she will leave whenever she says what she came there to say. I said, oh, really? Fatima is giving very much goof troop energy. Very much goof troop energy. It's goofy, sad, and it screams insecure. Why are you there, sis? Why are you there? You have the prize, right? You have the man, right? So why are you there? All this did for me was further confirm that Fatima does not trust Zach. And she has every right not to. But let's not act like this is a Karen thing. This is a Zach thing. And I think that one of the things that bother me is that Zach creates horrible boundaries. And like I said in my review of the episode, I give him props for the way that he communicated, as far as in a respectful tone. He talked to Karen as if they were both adults, and not that he was talking at her, but they were just genuinely having a conversation. One of the things I believe that Zach does, because of his inability or his refusal to create certain boundaries, you can't flirt with somebody, which he did there. Like, let's not act like that didn't happen. When him and Karen was on that phone and telling each other they love each other, and I was so concerned there was so many people out there, Zach was not talking to Karen as if she was just a possible mother of his child. He was talking to Karen as if they were two high schoolers whose love was blossoming for the first time, whose feelings was getting the best of them. That's what I heard. People can downplay that if you choose to, that's your business. But for me, when I was watching that, I'm like, they are really showing that not only is it love there, but just the way that they were talking to each other, it was romantic. It wasn't, oh yeah, I'm really with Fatima. Everything that Zach did, it furthermore pushed the envelope, and it furthermore pushed the narrative for Karen in her mind that there is a possibility. Now, in no way, shape, or form am I stating that Zach is responsible for how Karen feels. However, when you already are aware of something, I believe you have to do your due diligence and making sure you're not crossing the line. So you can't be authoritative one moment, but then you flirting with the person the next. Those are mixed signals. So whether or not Zach want to admit that or acknowledge that, he was giving mixed signals. Period. At least from where I'm sitting. Then we see Aaron. I'm gonna come back to that. Then we see Aaron, who I was like, why they doing my baby like this? So we see Aaron. He shows up to Karen's house. He's outside as if he's the darn damn neighborhood drunk. And he's having this conversation with Sabrina. And she's like, aren't you in recovery? He tells Sabrina that he only had one drink. Aaron, you're lying. You're lying, bruh. You are twisted, my boy. You twisted. Aaron John, you're twisted. You clearly had more than one drink. You clearly are in your feelings, which I can understand that. But Aaron, we have to find a better way, sir, for you to process your feelings without going to take a drink. And if Karen's mess is causing you to drink, then you need to leave her alone. Because no one person is worth going back on something that you have to consistently work through your life to overcome. You know what I'm saying? Alcoholic, it is being an alcoholic or recovering alcoholic or any type of vice that you may have that you have made a decision to stop doing. You have to work the remainder of your life not to go backwards. And every day, you have to make a conscious decision every day not to go back. And I'm just sorry, being with someone, I'm not saying that Karen is the blame because she's not. But if you're in a situation with somebody and it's stressful and it's causing turmoil and your first, the first thing that you want to do is take a drink, and not only that you think about taking a drink, you actually do it, you might want to back away from that person and or that situation. Then we see Andy and Gary. I'm not going to say too much about them. He's there supposedly to have sex, but then he tells Andy that he doesn't want to. So I'm like, why are you there? Why the hell are you there, sir? I don't understand it. Like, I really don't understand why the hell Gary is there. He told Andy, like, you in another space right now. What? They are a waste of space, and Gary just needs to get hit in his windpipe one good time. Just one time. We get another face-to-face with Aaron and Zach talking about the paternity of Karen's baby. Y'all, I do not care. Moving right along. So now we see Fatima and Zach back at his house. And Fatima tells Zach that she's sick of her, referencing Karen. Zach tells Fatima, like, she carries a gun. And we know that Fatima carries a gun as well. This is, like I said earlier, this is just ghetto. And the fact that we're even in this place right here with Karen and Fatima going back and forth. And I know a lot of people were saying how, they understand that Fatima is upset. She want to get some straightening done. And this is my thing. Fatima showing up to Karen's house only proves that there is an issue with Zach and Fatima. That's what it shows. Because the audience, we had an opportunity to see Fatima and Zach have a conversation. Obviously, they reconciled and got to a good place. To me, it was very surface. But anyway, they got to this place of reconciliation. After all of that, why would you go to Karen's house? And my thing is, your presence doesn't prove anything. You saying what you have to say is not going to change how Karen feel. It's not going to change the things that Karen says. So why are you there? why are you there? She tells Karen, I'm gonna show you crazy. And I think Fatima is so accustomed to being able to intimidate people. And one thing that I've always said that, and let me say this, because some of y'all, you don't listen to the reviews, you hear what you want to hear in order to respond what you want to respond in the comment section, and you're really not listening. If you have listened to my videos when all of this stuff started happening with Fatima and Zach and Karen showing up at their house, and when the disrespect started happening from Karen, I have never and will never justify the disrespect that Karen has shown towards Fatima. Fatima has executed and displayed a level of patience and grace that I don't think I have. I'm just being honest. But everybody has a cap, and I understand that. I understand that with everything in me. However, I can create a reel of all the times that Fatima has stated that she's crazy, that she ain't wrapped too tight, that I don't want to get to a certain place because I won't be able to come back. People like that, I will try. Because I want to see just how crazy you think you are. People who are crazy, they don't go around stating that they're crazy. They just show you. Now, I worked in the medical field for about 7-8 years. And where I worked with some individuals who were clinically diagnosed with certain mental illnesses. And out of all the people that I ever interacted with in them 8 years, there's only one woman who ever told me that she was crazy. Just one. Everybody else, they gonna show you. I never forget, was this older white lady, right? She walked with a cane. She had like a little bob. And I used to wonder, I'm like, well, what happened to her leg or her hip? Like, what caused her to walk with a cane? And I never asked her the reason she walked with a cane. Y'all, nothing was wrong with that woman physically. There was nothing physically ailing this woman. She just had like a mental, situation going on. Her cane was actually a sword. She twisted that little top open. I'm like, what? Are you serious? And me and her had a whole conversation as to why she did what she did with the cane or whatever, and this sword. But what I'm saying is the whole purpose of that is when people are twisted and or people calling them crazy or whatever, they don't have to tell people. They just show you. Now, the one thing I will say, and I take up for all my petite sisters, y'all gonna quit trying petite women. Stop thinking just because a woman is petite that she ain't got no hands, or because a woman is petite that she won't beat your ass. Because she will. People look at Fatima, and I don't want these women to come to blows, but people look at Fatima, look at Karen, and automatically think it's going to be a win-win for Fatima. Don't be so quick. Don't be so quick to think that because Tyler Perry has protected his golden goose here, and every woman who she has an issue with, she intimidates them. She go slam their head in the locker, slam their head on the wall, destroy their arm in the locker, continuing to grab it and push it in and slam it. It's like, what the hell? So Fatima ain't got no match. Fatima just walk around here just beating bitches. Like, that's what we doing? It's just not realistic. It's just not realistic. And I know a lot of people, and I get it a lot, about me not liking Fatima. I'm like, it has nothing to do with that. I don't like the fact that Tyler writes her like this. She can beat everybody ass. Zach can beat everybody ass. Like, no, like, come on. That's not even realistic. So going back to that, when she tells Zach that she's sick of Karen, and I'm like, you're sick of her because what? She made her request known to Zach that she wanted Zach to make love to her. Well, I have something I want to show y'all. I know some of y'all don't watch Zatima, but I have a couple clips as to how Zach has disrespected this woman with other women, but yet you want to go and give a piece of your mind to Karen? Really? The pregnant woman? Really, Fatima? Okay.
I'm trying my hardest, really my hardest, not to fuck the shit out of you.
Also, we have to get out of this. Stop believing that other people is going to respect your relationship. I'm not saying that they should not respect or that they should respect it. Me, I'm the type of woman, I'm going to respect your situation. That's just me. Everybody's not like that. And I think people have this wayward or this distorted perception or distorted way of thinking that Karen is supposed to have this monumental amount of respect for Fatima, which I don't understand. or want Karen to talk to Fatima as if, she's holier than thou, yet have no problem every time that Zach disrespects Aaron. And not only does he disrespect Aaron, he does it in a very vile and vicious way with the things that he let come out of his mouth. And we have to deal with what's causing Zach to do that. And I think it's a lot deeper than him just being stabbed. I think it has everything to do with the fact that Zach believes that Karen chose Aaron over him. And and maybe she did. And she did. And I don't think he's dealt with that in a healthy way, even though he's going to therapy and he loves doing it. Now, back to this. So Karen has told Zach that she wants him to make love to her. Zach has told this woman, who is his neighbor and tenant, that it's taking everything for him. Not y'all heard the post the clip I put up. So what's the difference? And not only that, in addition to that, Zach walks out with a heart on. So help me to understand. You upset, you sick of Karen for saying that, but your man over here done told the next door neighbor that he want to F her, and he's been wanting to F her from the first moment that he saw her. But he playing with temptation. The first time he saw her, he know he wanted that woman. Then you let her become your next door neighbor, your tenant? Really, Zach? So I don't give Fatima no props for going after the pregnant woman. That's just dumb. It's goofy. It's goofy. And then, you have chosen Andy, who is the damn leader of the goof troop. Girl, this whole show ghetto. This whole show ghetto. But I love it. And I'm sticking beside it. Oh, Father, help me. So we get this small scene of Danny and Preston out to eat. And, he asked her, is something wrong? I'm just not here for them. I'm not here for them. I don't like it. Nothing like that. You know what? And let me just say, I was so proud of Sabrina, because Sabrina looked like she was protecting her friend. She wasn't finna let nothing happen to her friend. I just enjoyed it. Now, I ain't gonna lie. I am looking forward to this confrontation. I am looking forward to see what the hell happened. I am looking forward to see who really has Karen's back when it comes to loyalty. And for the people who love to comment this and who have been commenting this consecutively under my videos, I don't give two damns that Andy and Danny may like Fatima. I don't give two damns what type of help that Fatima has lended to Danny and Andy. I don't care about that. Lending help in a time of need and having a friend who you have been rocking for, y'all have had y'all share of ups and downs for 20 years of friendship, and y'all really think that that's supposed to supersede, that Fatima's act of kindness is supposed to supersede that? When I see some of this stuff, and I think a lot of people too, when they email me, some people I don't even respond to. If I don't respond to your email, this is the reason why. There is a huge difference, and there are some people out there who I really rock with, even though we have very vast differences of opinions and perspectives. It's one thing to not like Karen. I don't care. But it's another thing when you're trying to engage in conversation with me and you say something that I just have a hard time believing. I have a hard time believing any person, not just woman, any person would be cool with your ex's fiance, wife, girlfriend, whatever, walking into your house uninvited. I have a hard time believing that you would be cool with that, even if you've done some shady shit. To walk into your house, that's a whole different level of disrespect. Now, we saw that Sabrina came back to Karen's door, and she asked her why her door was open. And basically, Karen was telling her, I'm gonna be ready. Like, she got me one time. You showed up unannounced, uninvited the first time. You won't get me again. And I saw so many comments saying that Karen is doing too much. It ain't all of that. But had no problem with Fatima firing a gunshot towards Zach and Belinda when Belinda tried to have sex with Zach. Y'all, that was on Fatima. And the point I'm making is, which goes back to the people who email I do not respond to, it's the hypocrisy for me. It's the hypocrisy for me that I just don't get. Let's just call a spade a damn spade. You know what I'm saying? Can we do that? Can we do that? Y'all know I don't like Zach ass. He's not my favorite character. He really isn't. But when he does something that I can relate to, that I can feel, and that I respect, I let it be known in my reviews. Even though I'm not too fond of him. But I can still rock with him and I believe he's right. There are just people who just refuse. I'm like, what the? Come on now. Come on, y'all. We got to do better. We got to. But this thing messy, so I ain't even going to front. This ghetto ass baby and Andy, this is Karen's house. I'm going to need you to put some bass in your voices. I need your response to be like, Fatima, what the hell you doing here? I know you just didn't walk into this girl house like that. What's wrong with you? That's what I need for Andy to bring. That little nicety. Oh, Fatima, what do you do? I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. I need you to show up for your friend. Now, y'all know how I feel. I personally think Andy, showed her loyalty a long time ago. But it is what it is. And we going to see what happens. But that's all I got right now for this. And, yeah, I'll holler at y'all. Thank y'all for listening. And I will holler at y'all later.